Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for week 23 of Journaling on a Budget, starting from scratch. Today we're going to make some little paper pads. I saw Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah make these little scrap paper booklets and I thought they were really cute. And then I saw, I think it was on Treasure Books. I didn't watch her make them, but it's basically a lot like the earring holders that we made last week, little like matchbook type things. I saw it on her, like it just came up as she was doing it, but I never did get a chance to watch it. But I think that it was Treasure Books. So we're going to make some of these to put in our book. I grabbed out some piles of my different color papers. I store my papers in a little drawer unit by color. So whenever I have a scrap, I can just go throw that color scrap in there. But let's find a page real quick where we've already got a booklet there, where we might want to put a booklet. So we'll have tags you can write on, but you want some little booklets you can keep track of things too. And love the way that one turned out. We're at the end of that signature, so we're going to choose this pocket here to put a booklet in. And color-wise, since that's tea-dyed, let's do it in some pinks. So we'll do one there, and then in the second section, let's see here. I like to leave the tea-dyed mostly. I really like to leave those for writing on, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. All right, and we will put one here, being that it's next to a green page, so we'll need a green one and a pink one. All right, so let me, I kind of want to put a little marker in there. Otherwise, I'll be like, where were we going to do that? Okay, so green one there. The other one was at the end of this section. There. Pink one there. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for now while we make our booklets. And so here's my pile of greens, so we'll do up the green one. And, when it's something like this, I glance at it super quick and go green. Like that's what I saw. That was the first color I saw, so that's the drawer it goes in. Because this is kind of scrap paper that my computer wasn't printing right, and it was doing some kind of a test on itself. But I don't want to throw this away and waste this paper. Plus, I thought it was really quite pretty. So, that's probably a really good... I think that'd be a good width. Let's do the scrap one first. And I thought the way that we would do that is put our pretty colors on the front and try and make it so that the back is plain so we can stamp it with lines. So you'll have something pretty to look at if you flip through it, but you turn it over and each one will have lines that you can journal on. And, so that way it's kind of like hidden in the back. And so the way that Tina did it was she just kind of chose some different ones. I guess I could use cardstock, but I would prefer just regular paper. These are really bright colors. Ooh, these are bright colors. Let's do one like this too. So let's, what she did was she kind of just did them progressively longer. That one's already got a ripped bottom. What if we leave that one that length and then just cut it all the same width? So it just has a ripped bottom but cut sides. So there's that. Let's find one to kind of go between the two. I think like maybe 4 pages would be a good amount of pages. So, but you can really pick and choose as much as you want. The biggest thing is you just have to kind of remember, oh, I think that would look nice with it. You just have to remember that you're putting it in your journal, so you want to think about how many pages you're putting on there and how thick it's going to make it. So that's why I thought 4 would probably be a good thickness. I like that there. I really like that there. And they don't have to be totally exact in width. They could be off just a little bit. Okay, so we've got those 3. We need one more, maybe like a, let's do one kind of in the front. Just something that's got the greens, but I think, oh, and I really want to make sure, yep, okay. I want to make sure that they're all not double-sided. I want it plain in the back. Mute it down a little bit. Yeah. It doesn't, ooh, this one's pretty. It's got butterflies on it. Oh, I like that one. It's got butterflies on it. Okay, so we're going to pick that one. And I'm going to cut it first. And then I'll rip the bottom. When I use my scrap papers, I'm not super careful if I go a little further or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a scrap. I'm going to use it later for something. I'm just going to tear this one. Whichever side you pull towards you will not have the little white edge on it. And the side that you push away from you when you're ripping will have that white edge. So it just depends on how you want it to look. So there we go. This is going to be our pad of paper. And I think I want this one to be just a little bit shorter. Okay, I like the way that that looks. Now we're going to need a little topper for it. And you can put lace across the top. Oh, I think this one would make a good topper. You can use your edge punches, or what? Yeah, I think that's what they're called. You know, you can just put there. You can put a little strip of paper on there, just however you want to do it. But I'm going to really quickly stamp the back of these. I'm just going to use tea dye with one of our homemade line stamps. This does not make a perfect line, which is exactly what I like about it. I like kind of the breaks in the line. This is made with string, just glued onto a piece of cardboard. And like I said, it does not make perfect lines. Kind of makes a little bit of broken lines. Ooh, and I did not. This is a lot longer than I'm going to put a little bit down here. I do want my lines to go to the bottom. I didn't realize that piece of paper was that long. So yeah, if you just look on my channel, if you put in line stamps, it will come up with how we made these. We've made them a few times. But see, I like the way that that looks. This is like just the perfect width too. Let's see how long we need to go. We need to go down to here. And if it's a little bit skinnier, just kind of center it. It doesn't have to be the same width as your paper. This one just happened to be the same width as what my paper is. And you can do it like this, or you can turn it over and press it like a stamp. Pressing it like a stamp gives you even more broken lines. Doing it like this, where you're kind of massaging it on, that gives you more of a solid line. Which the only reason I'm pressing it is because this background here is so soft. I've got stuff piled up here, getting things ready for Christmas craft shows, and our art gallery has a Christmas display that I need to get some stuff finished for. There we go. And so my table's piled up. I just kind of keep layering stuff on top. And our last one. And then you can decorate the front of these too if you want to put something on them. Put some butterflies on there like we made. There we go. Okay. So now we've got lines on them. And we've got our different sizes. So we're just going to line those up. And then if you don't have an edge punch, you don't have to have an edge punch to have a pretty top center. Now we're going to staple the top, and I have brown staples in here because I colored my staples brown with a permanent marker. So if you don't want to cover it up, these we're going to cover up, but the matchbook one, I'm not going to. So whatever color I want the staple to be, I can just color it with a permanent marker before I staple it. Makes it a whole lot easier. Now, I had set aside here that piece. Don't want the, well, it's going to fold in half. So the first thing I'm going to do is get it about the right length. And then I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to fold it in half, but I want to have kind of a decorative edge on it. So I'm going to show you a really easy one. There's a couple of them. This is the one that I like. And normally I might measure this. I'm not a big measurer, but for something like this I might. But I'm just going to kind of go, because I want them to be about the same distance apart and about the same height. So if you put some little dots on there, it would make it easier for you. But we're going to make our own edge punch, not stamp, punch. You've got, punch along the edge. Is that enough? Yes. And I'm going to cut it right about there. Okay, so now we've got this, which isn't that pretty, but then all you do, and this just looks like one of the edge punches I actually have that I got at a garage sale, and I have not bought many of my punches ever at a craft store. I have bought some at the craft outlet that I go to, which everything is very discounted there, and I buy them at garage sales, Goodwill, and you don't find them that often, but, once you start collecting craft supplies, don't be in a rush, because as you go, you are going to wind up with more than you ever thought that you would have. So, find a little bit here and there and enjoy it while you have it, because you're going to find something else that you're going to want to play with. And you go to the store and you buy a whole bunch of stuff, you wind up with a pile of stuff just sitting there that you haven't got a chance to use yet, because then you went and bought some more stuff. And it's just kind of a vicious circle. So, and actually, well, kind of came up too high on this side. I kind of need all the length, so I'm going to just kind of do this so that the two sides are about the same. Let me see. Well, like that, and then straighten out there. Alrighty, so here we go. With a hole punch and a pair of scissors, we just made our own pretty decorative edge. Just going to fold that down back here. Does that look even in the front? Yep. I'm going to kind of make this look better. Good enough. And we're going to glue it on. And then this pad of paper is done. So that didn't take long at all. And, we have a nice decorative edge here. You can put lace on there. Just ripped scrap paper would look cute with all the ripped edges. You could put some distressing on the bottom of the pages. That would look really cute. As a matter of fact, I don't think I have any green out here, but let's use a little bit of this tea dye. And let's distress the edge of this so we can kind of see it. And then maybe kind of See if we can color those. You're not going to see this side, so it doesn't matter if it's messy. And why I grab ink over and over like that, I have no idea, because once your sponges get saturated with ink, you don't need to get ink every time you want to ink something. Yeah, that looks good. And put some up here. And while I've got it in my hand, let's go ahead and do these torn edges. And then we'll glue that top down and it will be all done. Another way you can do it is just, you can put like a pointy edge on it by just cutting an angle one way and the other way. I'll show you that in just a second. I'll just do it really quickly. After I get this glue, I do have to say this does not grab as quickly as the Fabri-Tac does, but it does grab pretty quickly. And I do like the fact that it gives me just a little bit of wiggle room time-wise if I need to move something. I think that's really cute. I like the way that that looks. So now we've got these pretty, and like I said, we could put a decoration on there. I think that the paper is so pretty that we don't need to. But if we had more plainer paper, we might want to. So we've got that. And then on the back, we've got all of this writing space. So that one I think is awesome. And then I'll show you how to do, you know, just like a, if you don't have pinking shears, all you do is just take a piece of paper and cut it on an angle. And you can, if you want to, so that they're all the same, you can mark it like quarter inch, quarter inch, quarter inch, or however much you want it. And then just kind of watch how you're cutting it. Keep your scissors at the same angle. And keep your paper at the same angle. And you may wind up, you know, cutting too far up. You don't need to meet it that way, but that's okay, because you're going to glue it down anyways. It's an edge. So just go in from the bottom point, and then again, hold your scissors and your paper at the same angle all the way as you're going across. And all I'm doing is I cut these lines up here. Now I'm cutting lines this way. And, you know, usually I go kind of fast. Be careful not to cut all the way across the next one. But if I nick the next one, it really doesn't bother me, because, like I said, I'm going to glue it down anyways. So there we go. Now we've got that zigzag edge. So you can make that edge, and you can make this edge here, even without having any kind of an edge punch at all. And they look like edge punches. And really, I don't use my edge punches much. I never really have. A lot of times it's because I'm too lazy to go get something. Okay, so we've done this one. And now let's do the matchbook one. And that one needed to be in pink. I don't know how much pink I borrowed here. Oh, but really, that one we could do plain paper in it. Which I don't think I have any of that out here. We could just put plain paper in it. Find a pretty, ooh, I like this one. So all you need to do for that one is have a straight piece of paper. How wide do we want it? Let's see what we've got on the other side. We can go as far as that butterfly. So let's make it that wide. And then we're going to have to fold the bottom up. So we're going to cut this rip part off. And then we're just going to, we're going to not fold it at this line. We're going to come down a bit because we want the top of this to catch, but we want this to tuck in. If we were to fold it all the way up here and then staple it, that would not fit back in there without bubbling up. So you need enough room to have your staple down here to staple your papers into and still be able to tuck this top section in. So we'll go like that. Get a nice good crease there. And now when we open this up, you can see that there is this much space right here. That's where our staple can go to hold our little notebook in. So this one is, I'm going to shut it, 4 1/4 wide by about 5 1/2 tall. So what paper do I have that I want to put in there that's plain? I could put this one. That side's very crooked. Okay, so about 5 1/2 tall. I'm going to go just a little less than that. And 4 1/4 wide. So there's one piece of paper that we can put in there. And then you can line this paper. You know, you can put lines on it, or you can leave it just the way that it is. I don't really. This one's kind of pretty. Let's see if I can get 4 1/4 out of that. I think I can. Let's do about 5 1/2. And 4 1/4. Barely. Okay, that's light enough to write on. That's the biggest thing. You just want it to be light enough to write on. I don't really want cardstock as writing paper. This one's not really wide enough. I could put that in there. We'll put that as the first one. It'll be just a little bit skinnier. There we go. I wish I had just a few. Oh, I have here. You know, I thought maybe I had some white paper right there, but I don't. Normally, I would stick a few pieces of white paper in here. Oh, here's some out of my green pile. That's much lighter if I use this area. No. I think I like this better. 5 1/4 or 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, and I think that that's probably enough. And then you can just tear these out as you need to use them, or you can just write in them in the little booklet. And so that one is as easy as doing it like that. Now, we definitely want to make sure that we have our papers lined up where we want them before we staple. And get them right to the bottom so that your staple does catch them. And then the only permanent marker that I have here is still my brown one, so but brown would look okay with pink. And I'm going to just show you that, see, these are already colored brown. Compared that to that. And that is just by taking your brown marker, and I could do it in pink, I could do it in red, any color that you want to. And I color the top, make sure that you get the edges, and make sure that you get the sides, because the sides are going to show on the other side. So there we go. You just color it like that. Give it a second to dry. Put in your stapler just like normal. Okay, so we've got those lined up. Gonna kind of guess where center is. Not put it too high because we need room for our paper to tuck in. So make sure that they're grabbed. Yes, they are. Now we can take this one and tuck it in there. And now we have got that type of paper pad. So we've got the two different types of paper pads. We can make our own edge punches. See, this one's got it too, but this one I really didn't measure and really got them off. But there on the white, see how that really shows up? Cool edge punch without a punch. Let's grab our book. Let's see what they're going to look like in here. Let's see, they were both at the back. We've got our little marker there. And this one's going to go in here. Do I want to fold this back? I usually like to fold that back, give it a little bit of stability, give it a little look. I like the look of doing that, and I'm going to. Lets us see a little bit more of our paper pad, and then you can edge your paper pad. You could put a butterfly or a flower on the front. As a matter of fact, why don't we do that? And then we're just going to, now I could have left that, I could have just attached the ends of that little strip so that there was actually another little tuck spot there. I'll grab my pressing board for these edges. Yeah, I could have just glued it right here, then I could have tucked into there, but I really didn't want that because it was facing out. And right there on the last page of the signature, I just don't think that I would want to tuck something in there. I think it would just fall out all the time. So there we go. Now we've got that. Let's put something on it. Excuse me. And I have this box that I keep a lot of my ephemera in. This is mostly not handmade ephemera. These are butterflies from the Dollar Tree. These ones here came in a pack from the Dollar Tree. And they had them in like oranges and pinks and blues and greens. So I just grabbed like a couple packs of each. I've got some birds here that I cut out of a bird book. Because, you know, in the book, these don't look so hot. Once you cut them out, they look much better. You can really see what they're going to look like. So we've got our butterflies. That page is pink. And the background is pink. I think I would like a flower, maybe, on there. And again, the flowers are flowers that were cut out of magazines. This is just a little love token. Affirmation tokens, I call them. Let me see what that would look like on there. Colors do I have? I've got, I think I like that on there. I don't know that I like that particular one. Hold on. I've got a box of them right here. Because I think I kind of would like something in the, ooh, pink and purple, because we've got the purple over here. Let's pull these out. These just have some nice affirmation words on them. Oh, the pink and purple ones don't. They're not finished. Did you see that spin? That was pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Those are not finished. What's that one? That one says shine. That one's not finished. Well, I have a bunch of them here that aren't finished. Didn't realize that. That one's not even colored. Okay, so now I need to decide. Ooh, I love that one. That's really pretty. It says dream on it. Doesn't go with this page, but it might go with the other one. All right, let's take another look at these. I want one that has a little bit of decent size to it, like that. Oh, here's some that are finished. That one says live. You know, these are really small, and I want the bigger ones, so we're gonna just hope I have a marker here. And here it is. So basically, I want this one. All you do is you just kind of, I liked the one that said shine. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so you just kind of, you've got your center part, and then you just kind of make these little wiggly lines all the way around. And, you know, you just kind of offset them. So like I've got a line here and a line here. So I'm going to come out to like the next level, and I'm going to put a line here, and then going to go between these two and put a line here. Now my next one is going to go right between here, but I want it to have a word. So what you do is and I have to decide what I'm going to write before so that I keep going. And I'm going to put shine. So I'm going to kind of like make a little bit of a squiggle. Really tiny word I'm going to write in cursive, shine, and then a little bit more of a squiggle. So it actually just works into the way that the flower looks. So it's not bold and in your face, it's more just like they're softly, like as a secret or something. So there we go. Now it says shine, and it looks more like a flower now that we finished it. Okay, we'll put those back in a little bit. And we're going to put that on the front of here with our glue. I love making these. And it doesn't, you don't have to have a lot of, now I do want to watch where my word is because I don't want my word to be upside down. I'm going to put that on there. And you could layer that up with lace or whatever, putting it in the book. I kind of want to keep it flat. But there we go. So now we have that one there. And then we were going to put one back here. And it was, what did I do with it? I already lost it. There it is. Okay, so this one's going to go back here. And you know what? I was talking about a pocket, but I really wanted that to be a writing page. We have got the other side of our paper clip from over here. So instead of just having it there hanging out all by itself, let's put our writing pad right on there. And this is the one that I set aside because I thought it was so pretty. This one's made out of cardstock. They're better to make out of paper, actually, I've learned. But I'm going to put that one on there. This one says dream. And there we go. So I like how both of these turned out. I like how we've got our writing lines on the back of here. I really love that torn look and, you know, the gradiating or whatever you call that, blanks. And then our little booklet here, which looks a little plain. Maybe it needs a little bit of like pink distress ink on there or something. I think that it very possibly does need just a little something. But there we go. Those are our 2 pads for today. I really enjoyed making them. I love how they turned out. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate you. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.